I would like a Leslie. Take
A
two.
Leslie that wins?
That wins. Yes. Thank you for the highlight.
I want a Marcel that wins.
Marcel.
See
3
value in
games.
me?
0-3 for Marcel.
Didn't Liquid say something about the Marcel in their interview last night? They were like, yeah, we wanted to bring out the Marcel.
Excited
in game
about
3,
it.
but we didn't. Maybe tomorrow. That's what they said.
That's what they always
And
say.
tomorrow is
Today.
Today.
yesterday's today.
Yes.
Amazing.
But after what happened to Marcel today, I wonder.
Maybe on the way here, I'm sure they were watching.
Today is yesterday's tomorrow. So that's today.
You're blowing my
Where are
mind,
we
Leo.
getting-
I'm not sure if that's correct. At
That's
this
why you
point.
don't mess with time travel, kids.
That's right.
Uh,
That was basic. That's like elementary, right? So let's go into this one. So many first pickables. I think Eve is still pretty much still a pretty good one. Sanji to take that, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, without the Juicin especially. But Twisted Minds are so quick to respond with the deny on the Leo board once again. Oh, and an early Claude pickup. Same thing, another response. So this is looking to go all in again if ever they keep this pattern. But for Liquid, there's no Fredrin, and they go for a Suyo insta-lock instead. Okay, I feel like JP might want to take his hero once again in this slot. The Hylos is still available if they want to replicate that. Oh, they go hard. That's the fifth!
You called
That's
it.
the fifth!
You called it. 5 unique heroes in 5 games.
I know Daiki. And that smile on his face says he knows what's up.
He knows what's up.
He's like,
Is it
yeah.
is it still not gonna sink in after this series? If
No
they
way
win?
it doesn't, right? No way.
There's
That's
no
a
way.
huge flex, by the way, right? Like, I could do this, especially if he wins on this.
Yeah, it's nice to see because you know him to be as an analyst most of the time, but when you let him play, he still got it.
Nasty, yeah.
This is getting
Payback
entertaining enough for me to forget Aaron Sheik.
Whoa,
But
whoa,
not
whoa.
quite.
Not quite.
Not quite.
We
I can't
haven't even
believe
had
that-
the chance yet.
Yeah, I can't believe he said that because he's the
You're the
Aaron
you're the
Shiki
Aaron
guy.
Shiki guy.
I have to go through the stages of grief, all right?
Okay.
Today it's denial.
You're in denial. You're in
Yep.
D right now.
Yep.
Which
G for
also
Daiki.
stands for Daiki.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my god, great answer, by the way. Talking about Kimmy on Sean,
Yep.
this was his hidden weapon.
Yes.
For the longest time, people stopped him from getting the Farsa, or they always thought he was just a one-trick Kimmy.
Yeah.
Farsa's one of his favorites, too.
The hidden blade of
Yeah.
Sean.
We were only confused of Sean and Nosha.
Gladly I didn't get them mixed up there. Kimmy, obviously the savage play, you cannot forget that.
Yeah.
So, I got savage, right?
Yes.
Or was it you? Or both of them?
Oh wait. Savage Kimmy.
Not you,
I remember 10 kills Kimmy. Or 17 kills Kimmy.
That's
yeah,
Sean.
that's Sean.
Savage Ewan.
Oh, savage
Savage
is
was
you.
Yue.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. So now the JP heroes have been taken out, so they're left with yet again
The high loss.
the high loss. Or maybe they saw this coming anyway. So
Or hear me out. I want to see a chip.
a chip.
A chip. Come on.
Yeah, Chip still fits, kinda.
Whoa.
Want to fight close, up close and personal.
No.
Great way to do it.
Or maybe take a look at what Twisted Minds pick for their EXP lane too, because you wouldn't want some sort of response to come in whenever you drop down the portal. There's no Uranus left for Lancy.
Lansu.
Lansu.
I get that. Miss-
Lancey played earlier
I get him
today.
switched out a lot, Rigida, don't worry.
I had my moment.
Yeah, that's... So, your turn, Leo. We're gonna swap out here.
We'll try.
We look for something. Wow!
It's
They steal it
Island.
away!
Ah. They're really putting the pressure on Daddy JP here.
Oh,
So what, Chip? Cho?
Yes, he does use the Cho, but I'm not sure if they want to
Jawhead?
use the Cho.
Oh, Jawhead Suyo.
The Khalid.
Disgusting.
The Khalid's still open.
Khalid
Khalid
is
is open
great.
too.
Okay. I think it's gonna pair up well with what Liquid wants to do so far. And aside
Yeah.
from that, the EXP lane, we're looking at an EXP lane. Lapu still available. We don't get to see the Yuzhongs anymore.
You know what? It's so funny because if Sanford actually brought out the Yuzhong, I wouldn't doubt it.
Sean would be making sad noises.
Yeah.
And it could work really well against both the Farsa and the Claude. Oh, the Sora! Okay, it's still there.
Great balance
along.
XP
of
Sora.
engage and as well as good firepower, both magic and physical. Loving it.
Yeah.
My kiss.
Alice.
Will it grant immortality?
This is gonna be a big old skirmish, won't it? Like everyone's just gonna wanna snowball into a death ball and clash against each other in there.
Yeah. I'm liking how. Well, it is a bit scaling for Twisted Minds. We can't deny the fact that it's a Claude Alice
Good scaling.
once again. But we saw how teams who are able to hold out long enough could really get the value out of these two heroes come the mid to late portions of the game, especially against Team Liquid, who, based on their lineup, once they've used up majority of their resources, are very ultimate based, I guess. Twisted Minds could just really go in for the prolonged team fight.
Truth be told, save for maybe the Suyo, it's all ult dependent.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for that green dot.
Yeah. So that's something Twisted Minds would potentially get to capitalize, especially if Lansu gets a great head start to this game, similar to what we saw from yesterday in the hands of then Sanford against Aurora. And
I love that.
and the fact that their heroes too are very high mobility, Harith, Khalid, Sora.
They can just walk out.
They could just walk out and dodge that Throne of Ruin once it gets thrown at them. So, yeah, Lansu does have a very huge responsibility if majority of the setup is going to come from him. But looking at the lineup,
Oh!
it is going to come
Sean!
from him.
Ouch.
Put down a third of his health, just like that.
That was a shocking way to actually start off game number 2 here. And again, that's the Desert Tornado. Just hurts like hell.
And look at where he had to fly to. He went all over the map just so they could follow.
MP!
Oh,
Taken down! The
no.
Apex Predator takes him.
Not like that, man.
No,
Not like
yeah.
that. That is
Okay.
a huge tempo swing.
Look, Sean couldn't even position himself in the mid lane.
He's trying to get near, but he can't.
Yeah, just look at how
He's
JP and
missing out on the
Sanji
XP.
Up top,
Oh,
though, Nosha gets chased down by Daiki and Carl. That's the Daiki cakes.
How? Why is everyone getting paired with cakes? Okay, but the bigger question, how is this happening across all lanes? Liquid are winning it out. Top, mid, and bottom.
I'll tell you how, Brita. This is their house. They're champions.
what?
JP with a flicker forward.
Oh! Okay, first Nike, now?
Is this for the first time in MPL history?
What?
Twisted Minds put in their place. is this them getting shown the ropes, as the kids say? Kids say
I'm
that,
a-
right? Kids say that, right?
Kids do say that.
Say that.
I love it when you said kids, you immediately turned to Brigida.
No, 'cause
What do you mean?
that's JP and
You did.
Sanji. I can't believe they did it together. Oh my
Sync.
god.
That's called teamwork.
Okay.
Gotta get with the program, you know?
With
So-
Liquid up almost 1,000 here, 2 minutes in, they can afford to get a little greedy. Charge Queller to the face of Kaloy. Liquid are playing with their food, essentially. They're taking their time with this turtle take.
Yeah, because I don't know if Lansu still wants to go for any final slash at this point too.
Kaloy with revitalized,
Big
put down to
opening.
a fifth of his health. Lansu looking for that throne, comes in with the flicker. Carl still secures. Kaloy goes down. 40 gets a kill. MP, can he take down Carl? Yes, he does with that momentum charge stop, but he gets taken down by Dad.
3 for 1.
That's
Oh.
a big ouch. That's
Yep.
a big ouch here for Twisted.
Yeah. Even if MP was there, clearly that favored Liquid. They were able to get so many kills across the board. And at this point, after what we've seen from Carl TZ 2 days in a row, him dying X number of times early on, I feel like doesn't really matter
Whoa!
anymore. Oh,
JP with a point blank. Raging Sandstorm, 40 finds MP once more. Gets a double, takes down Sean. But he gets shut down by Kaloy. Carl Deasy going to take that small camp.
yeah. Why are we seeing this Sora just now? It's such an aggressive Sora. Well, that's aside the fact that he is matched up against the Alice in lane, so there's a lot more leeway for him to just constantly go out and join in the fights.
Ooh!
Ooh, they're doing that over and over again. Look at Kaloy.
Glorious Pathway dropped
What?
in. Throne of Ruin, no one home. JP pushing Kaloy back.
What is happening here, Twisted? I'm feeling a little bit of nerves here. From not just from specific members, right? From most of them.
Or there's a bit of a disconnect. Like MP the King, he's still doing
MP things.
MP things.
MP the thing.
MP the things. he was still present in that objective. It's granted that Lansu and the others couldn't just really go in, but Twisted Minds, after especially what Sean has been through in the mid lane, I kind of get it. They need a bit more time.
They're trying to buy as much time as they can. That's why Kaloy mostly is running defensive. If you guys will notice on the high loss, doesn't really want to forward too much. Even at this point, Kaloy is just on river duty, river watch, basically.
Standing beside JP. That's
So-
all they can do.
Not sure what the plan is here for Twisted. Obviously, they're trying to slow it down.
All right, the jig is up. I thought Sean was going to wait till the last moment. Kaloy underneath. Tier 1 in mid. Pops that Vitalize plus Glorious Pathway to survive the onslaught from Sanji and Carl Deasy. That's a go signal. Take it. 40 goes into Thunder form. Looking to get a kill, maybe a couple. Pushing back 3, feathered airstrike, and Sanford gets out of there, and he's still keeping up the pressure as Carl Deasy secures the turtle.
That's like the third time that he popped Thunder. It's always Thunder form here for Sanford.
Yeah. And he did all that by himself. Liquid, they were positioned in their lanes. Carl TZ together with JP were working on the objective. They have all sides covered against Twisted Minds. MP the King has a lot of catching up to do.
40 in Thunder form once more, trying to take down Lansu, and Lansu comes in with the flicker, taking down 40, and the trade, the push in mid.
Yeah.
Big trade here.
And
the
Nosha
kill.
went down. Wow. How?
That was Daiki and Sanji without both of their ultimates, so I'm assuming Nosha had a miscalculated BMI or even misuse of the Blazing Duet, and he gets caught under the 2 ultimates.
Whoa!
Daiki though!
Daiki!
Flicker out, survives both Sean and Kaloy's attempts. Now Sanji looking to clap back. MP in the perimeter.
On the
So
chase.
is Daddy JP. JP's holding on to both the Flicker and a Raging Sandstorm. All right, no action just yet.
All right, I can tell why they're going for broken walls now.
Why?
You're seeing Daddy JP basically making a beeline for a target. No blocks whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's so much easier.
The Khalid is enjoying it. He's just everywhere.
It's a force multiplier for the Sandwalk.
Yep. And now Liquid are slowly taking away a huge chunk of Twisted Minds and their remaining resources. MP the King doesn't get his purple again.
Yeah,
Carl TZ guilty of Grand Theft Purple.
that is huge. Obviously, Carl TZ has been very low-key here in this game, just basically securing most of the objectives for himself with very little assist, honestly.
He's taking MP's lunch money.
It's all of it, plus
Bullying
more,
him.
plus a little bit more tax.
Yeah,
How do you like that, Michael?
MP, Michael's being down bottom. Looks like they've already given up the turtle yet again. They're just going to focus on the opposite side of the map. Okay.
Oh, and he's gonna take his lunch money again!
Oh my
Even
God.
Orange gets denied!
So the economy is just gonna slowly inch towards Team Liquid with everything happening right now. And a little bit of force on the flicker. That's big!
MP! Gets taken down by 40 and JP!
So he loses his lunch money, he loses his life. MP's just not having a good day.
Oh, JP doesn't survive that.
A little bit of redemption.
Yeah.
That was JP's first death, by the way. Given all of his antics crossing deep in the Twisted Mind side of the jungle, his first death
Surprising that it's only his first.
in 8 minutes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, true. For the past 8 minutes, he's always been like right in their face. So,
Whoa.
we're taking a quick look at the
Oh, that's the Infinix hand cam.
Yeah.
Look at that Infinix hand cam.
The mechanics on Carl TZ Suyo.
Suyo.
And it's the best time to do it because he's just naturally farming on that side. How do you fast farm?
I think maybe equally as mobile as a Lancelot, Suyo does what Carl TZ likes.
Yeah. Just goes in and out. There's a lot of dashes, some clutch ways to secure kills and go in for the cleanups. A lot of sustain too, so long as you get that killing spree. And Twisted Minds, looking at their lineup right now, it will be taking some time.
Hey! Daiki and Sanji get caught by this 4-man coalition from Twisted. How'd that happen?
Twisted finally find the opening. Kaloy!
Kaloy gets bursted down, but no, he's not done. Nosha with the defensive use of blazing the weapon. Carl TZ still finds him, and Nosha punishes the GOAT. I don't care about my idols. We will win no matter what. 4-for-1 trade.
A miscalculation on the dash from Carl following that pickoff, or those two members that Twisted Minds eventually got to pick off. Oh, Sanford!
40, there's 4 in there, and there's a flicker, feathered airstrike! Ford and Blue gets eaten up by Twisted.
Oh, we are seeing an audition happen in real time, ladies and gents.
Oh,
Sanji!
Throne of Ruin!
What?
And they think Liquid are just stopping this Lord take. Lord is very low. Down to an 8. Daiki gets caught between 4. Flicker forward. Nosha, another blazing duet. Nosha still alive. MP secures. JP with the flicker kill on the Nosha. Double kill for Daddy.
Okay.
Wow. That was bloody.
It was. MP the King. He really fought for that. But that flicker, raging sandstorm coming in from JP to take down these members. We're even now, 10-10 on the kills for both Liquid and Twisted Minds. But I have to say, this isn't the first time in the series that a sudden surprise play from a high loss turned things around.
We are actually averaging 2 kills a minute here so far in our series. Look at that Infinix hand cam. A GT series being used by Carl TZ, the GOAT himself. Looking really good, and of course suffering casualties as well. Twisted making their mark.
We are seeing so many instances of Liquid slightly overheating in this game. They do still have the lead though, but definitely will have to work on the Lord. And now that Lansu has been in a more stable position, 2-0-5 on this Alice, I wouldn't be surprised if they go for another big play.
Okay, they're not out of the woods just yet. Lord is just about to march in, so even if they did get a good clap back in the pit with JP's heroics, they have to take care of this Lord. They might even lose tier 2 down bottom.
Losing tier 2 is going to be, I guess, going to be okay for TLPH as long as they don't pop the protection, but I think that will be trying to hold on. Look at Carl TZ as well.
They do get a trade up top.
Yeah, they all went back. They saw Carl TZ up top, and every single member of Twisted Minds reacted to that.
Decent recovery. That's a decent recovery here for TLPH, but they were losing and they were bleeding resources quick.
So bottom lane tier 2 for Holy Shield up top. I think Liquid have found a way to kind of inch their way back into a commanding position.
Got a little bit more TL-sided in that last one.
Yep, there's a post-Lord fight, yeah.
Carl still 2k ahead of MP, also picked up the Queen's Wings just now. So there is a bit of catching up for MP the King, but we saw in that previous team fight around the Lord that he is still capable of doing what's expected of a Leomord once you give him an opportunity to do so. But that will require Twisted Minds again successfully taking down at least 1 or 2 members away from Liquid who are very crucial in establishing that box.
It feels like they need like a multiple series of unfortunate events from Team Liquid for that to happen again. And so far, TLPH looks like they tightened up a little bit more on that side. But now, how do you emulate that again? I guess that's the problem for Twisted.
Ooh.
Oh, the feathered airstrike?
I think Sean knew that JP was onto him, and now Carl TZ follows through. Kaloy guarding his mid laner's backside. Lord spawns in the upper quarter.
Okay. Lance and Sanford first to position here. Carl TZ still on the opposite side of the map once again.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right, which most Suyos would do that. Just to play around on the other side, use your mobility,
Yeah.
your advantage.
He can literally run there.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sean.
so quick.
Dude, they don't have any information that Sean's potentially gonna come from that angle.
Let's see, let's see. So far, TLPH holding
Oh.
it steady here on Lord.
Kaloy drops the Glorious Pathway. JP answers back right from that River Brush. Sean with a Feather Dare Strike. Lord
Oh.
left about 4/5 of its health. Real World Manipulation coming through. And they cancel it just as quickly. Nausea with a long-range blazing duet. Down goes Kaloy. 1-for-1
Oh.
to trade. Down goes Sean. 40 finds him. And another one for the Apex Predator. Triple kill for 40.
You know what, low-key, it is the 40 show here, right now, for TLPH. Free down onto the Thunder form once more.
That was a clutch change of target for Sanford. He saw that the Winter Crown was in play for Nausea, decided to go for Sean instead, and once the duration was down, still went in for that kill towards Nausea. Big for Team Liquid Philippines, finally able to take this Lord and Twisted Minds again on the back foot.
Very ult-reliant matchup. And in that moment, in that Lord fight, it's whoever used their green dot better.
The green dots matter. Not just their lives. The dots matter.
Yeah.
So,
I think their lives more.
their yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
you're right, you're absolutely right. But, yeah.
And aside from that, Daiki, we're starting to feel the damage. He was alongside JP. Oh, it doesn't land.
With the flicker spent too.
Wait a second. Is that an
Liquid
opening?
is going to punish hard here. In comes Daiki, dropping the Zaman Force. Down goes Kaloy. Better Dare Strike by Sean. He's dropping all these salvos. Can't even take down the goat. Carl Teasy walks away.
Series of unfortunate events, but for Twisted.
Oh, stayed
my
a second
God.
too long. Gets popped by Daiki.
He didn't have his Winter Crown at that moment. That was a risk he took. But he did not expect the damage
Another
from
Zaman
Daiki.
Force from Daiki inside the base. Takes down MP the King. Now Lansu in his sights. Can Daiki find another? Gets a double. Where's the recalls? There it is. He's feeling himself. Liquid standing on business. About to get their second win in Season 17.
With conviction, Team Liquid, the Philippines, gives the blowdown onto Twisted Minds. That is a huge knockout if I've ever seen one myself.
Another 2-0 for today. Oh, Happy New Year, everyone.
New year, new breed.
me. No, but even despite this being a 2-0, definitely props to Twisted Minds. Despite it being either Owl or Nausea, they did not let their opponents take easy wins against them.
Not against Nausea, but yesterday it seemed like they were all on the same page. This
Yeah.
one felt like they were struggling towards
Yeah.
different directions.
Yeah.
GG well played. The Twisted Minds, they fought well tonight, but Liquid are on fire.
They were. A lot of these highlights are all Liquid. This was that one moment they traded out Carl TZ, but after this, it's as if nothing happened. Which is why I mentioned that Carl TZ dying early on feels as if it doesn't really matter anymore for Liquid because they're just so quick and good in terms of recovery. And even in situations where, let's say, Carl TZ was down 0-3, you see them able to extend the game long enough. You see them able to clutch certain plays. And in this scenario where it wasn't just Carl TZ being constantly threatened, it was other members also performing really, really well out of their minds, might I say. Once they got to hit their power spikes, it was an easy task for Liquid to just finish off the game.
You know what? Eyes are always on the GOAT, but Sanford looked crazy. He looked bananas in this series. Let's go ahead and throw it over to our stage. We'll talk to our current champions, Team Liquid Philippines. Wow. I'm just...
Yeah.
We're all just so happy to see a different side of people showing up. Daiki, not even shrugging it off, bro.
I feel like it still hasn't
Nah, sunk in.
sunk in. Yeah.
By the way, 5 unique heroes in 5 games?
Yes, yes.
Come on, someone has to bring that up.
Undefeated series-wise. Hey, our MVP for game number 2 is none other than Sanford. His hyper-aggressive Sora has led Liquid to stampede through Twisted Minds.
Yeah, Rockhart did mention this. It was always using, or he was always using the Thunder form.
Yeah, I'd say like what, 4 out of 5 times.
Yes.
Yeah, in the early stages.
On average.
And it worked so well. It's like, it's a different way of zoning out your enemies in a sense, because the moment he just throws out all those.
Well, bring it in.
That's the scientific name for it.
Okay, but you know what? There's no one to zone if they're dead.
Yeah.
I guess, right?
That too. He also gets to kill a lot of them.
Got to kill a lot. 7 kills in that game for a Sora that actually was supposed to be like the main bruiser for this lineup.
Yeah. And I feel like if it's about the bruiser and the guy tanking up everything, JP2 did a spectacular job at doing that all by himself.
Oh my god, we went double on the kills in this one.
Wow.
Because Sanford felt like he had a different job that he wanted to do in this game. It was the constant use of that Thunderclap and no, Thunderclap is Masha.
Yes.
Yeah. So it took some time, especially for Daiki. I thought that there would be a lot more openings, specifically because Lanzu had a really great start to it too, but I think the fact that they were able to pressure Twisted Minds and their mid early on heavily impacted them in the long run.
I think kind of did boil down to getting pressured. I think Team Liquid Philippines just did the veteran moves once more against Twisted Minds. No doubt about it. A lot of these times, it felt like there was just very few exchanges where they take a fight, they don't give anything back.
And some felt too desperate, I feel, especially towards the latter portions of the game where they were just trying to defend. That one entry from Nausea all had us jumping, because what do you mean he just went in with the BMI and suddenly he's gone? Stuff
Evaporated,
like
actually.
Yeah.
You're right.
He built, I don't know if this is a juggle, but 0 defensive equipment, save for the winner crown.
Yeah.
I think he meant the Winter Crown there, right?
He
did have
He
it.
used it before that when Sanford got the triple
So he
kill.
didn't have it.
Yeah, he didn't have it.
And I get it because look, who would you Wind of Nature? It's not worth it.
True.
So he was doing what he could.
And the tools that he had just plainly, clearly were not enough for him to overcome what the kind of fighting that TLPH were giving them.
Yeah, Liquid was giving him too much pressure. So in that case, even with Twisted Minds kind of